Today, we're talking burnt kids, dirty frescoes, and scary doors. It's Sweet Home for the Famicom.
Groovy! Whoa! Ugh! I hope you made lots of
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Retro Game and Beyond presents Retro Game Club. We're your hosts, Joe Eric Ryan and Jacob Vanderlosky. And today, we've all been praying for Lady Mamiya because we've been playing Sweet Home for the Famicom. But first, some social promotion. Come check us out on Instagram, RGB_Game Club. We got YouTube at Retro Game and Beyond HD. And we got Discord, which those links are down in the description. Retro Achievements, which is a cool website where you can earn achievements for retro games. As always, links in the descriptions, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. So come check us out. We like seeing people hanging out and joining the community. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into the word of the nerd.
Get those nerds! Nerd! Nerd!
All right, we enjoy all kind of things of nerdy things, video games, TV shows, comic books, movies, whatever. So what have you guys been doing? What you been into recently?
I'm still reading my Triguns. Almost done. I got one more book.
Nice.
I want to watch that anime, that new one that just came out.
You've read 5 books already?
Well, 4, but I'm on I'm almost done with the 4th one.
Oh, there's 5. I thought there was 6.
Well, there's the one regular and then the maximum.
Oh, so there's 6 with the regular. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So just been going through that.
Still pretty good.
Oh yeah, dude.
Nice.
It gets a little crazy sometimes. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
Sometimes the story's a little hard to follow, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, I do want to read them. They look awesome.
Yeah, they're good. They do get a little redundant, but not bad. I started Stellar Blade.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, dude. That game is so good. I'm having a blast playing that.
Is it like a hack and slash? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I know you like those.
It's kind of like a Dark Souls kind of thing. So.
I don't know if I'd like
the combat was pissing me off at the beginning, but
yeah. Is it sluggish?
Once I got the feel for it. No, it's not sluggish. It's just when you dodge, you can still get hit.
Yeah, see, that drives me crazy, but
and like if you're in the middle of a combo, you can't cancel it.
Yeah, that drives me crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
so I still struggle sometimes.
Well, and then all that, and then Dark Souls is just slow on top of it. It's like Jesus.
Yeah. No, this is fast.
Okay.
It's definitely way more fast paced.
All right, that's kind of like the new God of Wars are kind of that way. Like they had that same stuff, but they're also like quick, so it's not too bad.
I'd say it's probably faster than that because Kratos does feel sluggish.
Yeah,
sometimes.
He does sometimes, but yeah.
No, it's good, dude. It's fun. I love the little. This game is so good with like rewarding exploration.
Oh yeah,
and I love that.
That's cool. Yeah.
Because so many games have this giant open world and give you nothing. And in this game, there's just like little things to find. So and all the costumes and stuff are pretty cool.
That's cool.
So, but it's fun. I've been playing the hell out of it. I was scooning for that number 1 spot.
Yeah, double schooner.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it in the last when we recorded, but the leaderboards weren't working right.
Yeah.
So
we gotta go back.
I had to go back.
Yeah,
I had to go back and get that because some dude took our number 1 spot.
Yeah, we can't have that.
No, I actually found him on Instagram and followed him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But I had to take that spot back.
Yeah,
I've been trying to stop playing on my phone at nighttime, so I bought like a little book light and I've been reading books in bed. And I started that Dungeon Crawler Carl book.
Yeah, that looked interesting. I was interested in that book. Is it any good?
It's pretty good. I'm not super far. I'm like 40, 50 pages into it, but it's good, man. I like it.
Yeah.
So I see it recommended all over the place.
Yeah, I did too. I've seen a lot of it, so I'll have to check it out.
It's almost, well, you guys need to watch Solo Leveling.
Yeah, I know. I do want to check that out.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
But it's almost like that where it's like levels up his person and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So,
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
that's pretty much for.
when I like reading a book before I go to bed at night, it helps me a lot. Just like helps me like like I don't know, just like
decompress.
Yeah,
Decompress.
decompress and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, dude, sleeping puts me to. I mean, reading puts me to sleep. So
yeah.
that's what sucks. I read like 3 pages and I'm out. So I don't ever make any progress.
All right, cool. Who's next?
I bought. Well, so when we went to do the books and stuff, book shopping and all that, I just thought, I don't know why this popped in my head, but I never like opened a pack of cards.
Yep.
For whatever reason,
Yep.
like in my whole lifetime. So
I find that hard to believe, bro.
I never have, dude. I
crazy.
don't know.
I swear we've had Pokemon cards.
We've had cards, but I've never opened them.
Yeah, I could have sworn that you did, but maybe not.
I mean, if I did, it wasn't.
Must have not been a good pool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was only a good
Well,
pack.
that was when I was 3 years old or something. I don't know.
You never got any for like your birthday or Christmas? Or
No, I've never gotten packs.
Okay.
So I don't know. I
That's
guess
crazy.
if I was at that point that they weren't. I mean, Pokemon's always been huge, but I guess that wasn't the thing. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I bought 3 packs for like $8 each. I was like, dude, fuck this.
Yeah.
So I remember you were telling me about the MetaZoos. So
Yeah,
I looked them up.
and I warned you. I warned you when you bought those that they weren't going to be the last 3 that you bought.
Yeah, I mean,
And now he has like
they were
600 packs.
They were if it wasn't for the price.
Well, Pokemon, yeah, but I'm just saying now you bought 3 booster boxes of Medicine.
No. I bought 5.
Yeah, get it right, dude. Get it right.
I bought 5. But dude, they were $13, $14
Yeah.
a box.
I like the Metazoo, dude. They're cool. I like them.
I do too.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of people are shitting on like actually the playing.
The game's
Of it,
kind of silly.
like the actual
yeah, the game
game.
itself is kind of silly, but I like the art and the
Yeah.
cards and stuff of them.
I do too. I
Mhm.
think
Are
the art's
Quality
dope.
of the cards good?
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah.
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 Dude. The cards themselves are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just the way they have the game set up, or
The
just
game-
the physics or the mechanics of it is just
Yeah.
really goofy.
Yeah, it is. It's super goofy. And it's not very balanced compared to like the other like Pokemon and stuff, but
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I
they don't
don't-
have like giant tournaments for that.
I mean they have tournaments and stuff, but yeah, not like I mean,
but
obviously
it's
not,
not,
the size
I'm sure
of
it's
like
not as serious
No,
as
no,
like
no.
Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever.
No.
No. If you can buy 36 packs for $14, no, it's not going to be
Yeah.
that serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're dope, though, dude. The art's fucking cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love them. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they have the normal, like, hollow and reverse hollow stuff.
Mhm.
So, but I don't know. The art's dope. And it's all, like, cryptids and monsters and a couple of other stuff. Like, the UFO one's pretty dope.
Yeah. They got cool stuff.
It's got, like, aliens and then, like, men in black and stuff like that. It's pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, dude, they're dope. I've been liking them. I haven't really opened too much. Jacob opened a couple the other night when he
Oh, yeah,
was here.
nice. Yeah.
You,
Yeah, they're
Jacob,
pretty
you
cool.
you opened more than I thought you would.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
I
telling
don't
you,
care. I have a shit ton, but I was like, oh damn, Jacob's
It's just
getting into
it catches on, bro. It'll get under your skin. I'm telling you.
It is fun, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, it is. Jacob actually pulled some really good cards.
I know I was telling you that story about Dad getting mad at me.
What?
Yeah,
You remember the Fred store that we had by
Oh yeah.
He gave me
you went
like
to go get milk, and you bought Pokemon
$10
cards.
worth of money, and he went
For
to
the
just like go
extra?
get a thing of milk, and I came back with like milk and like 2 packs of Pokemon cards. And he's like, "Where's the rest of my money?"
Oh man, that's so funny.
I was like, "I bought some Pokemon cards."
And then you were telling Dad was there too. You were telling Dad, he's like, I wouldn't get mad at that.
Well, you did.
Yeah, he did.
Dude,
though. Mom
He was
does the
like,
same
"Don't
thing.
ever spend money on cards like that again."
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's so
Mom
funny.
does the same thing. She's like, I'd never say that or do that.
I know. Oh man, that was funny. I think that was the last time I bought a pack of cards.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Probably 'cause
Traumatized.
You didn't get anything good out of it. It wasn't even worth it.
Yeah,
Dude, I did actually get a nice card. It
Oh,
was like
yeah?
a foil,
Nice.
but it had like a freaking crease in it.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
mad, dude.
Oh, that's funny. All right, well, Ryan, I hope you don't spend too much more money on the cards. Yeah,
Not for a while. I
you
get
say
that only-
enough.
Yeah, you say that.
Maybe
a
like
lot.
$300 more.
Yeah, this should be enough. They'll
This
start
whole room's
piling
gonna
up,
be-
and then I'll have too much and be like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
have
exactly
towers
what
in
I
his
did.
room.
Yeah.
24th. Oh my god.
24th what?
That's when I get my next box of cards.
Oh man, that's 10 days.
Holy shit, bro. Why does it take so long? Weather issues? How though? This one's coming from Nevada, and the 3 packs that I already have came from California. How are they having weather issues? It's a fucking desert, bro.
They're having desert storms out there.
Yeah, deserts. No, that's over.
Oh man, bro, I think you've kicked your barbs addiction. You're gonna be getting you're gonna start fiending for cards.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I'm
No
gonna be
more
taking
barbiturates
laxatives
for you, bro.
in a day or two, so
Yeah, flush out all those barbiturates.
yeah, get them all out of there. I won't be constipated, that's for sure.
I hope when you wake up from anesthesia, you just like rip a pack.
I'm gonna tell mom to bring one.
Oh god,
Ripping
dude.
packs.
Just clutching it while they're fucking
Yeah.
performing surgery.
I'm gonna put one up my ass.
They'd be like, the doctor's gonna be
Yeah.
like,
What the fuck
there's a
is
foil
medicine?
card in here.
It's
Then
brown
he shuts off
foil.
his ass.
I bought that, and then I bought 2 of the Arizona teas, the Fallout ones.
Mm-hmm.
The apple one was good, but the orange, I think it was orange. I think
Yeah,
was
the
it
orange,
orange?
it was no good.
That wasn't that good.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was all right. But dude, they're strong.
Or the guy
For
when he
an
bought it, the
energy
guy's
drink?
like, just to let you know, these are above average.
Yeah, he was like, "This is stronger than a monster." I was like, I don't know if that's true, but
How much is
Alright.
in them?
190.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, Jesus.
It is a lot for an energy drink, but they don't. It doesn't have the
guess so.
taurine in it or the
Yeah.
the other stuff. Because
Yeah.
taurine raises your heart rate
It's still crazy.
like really quick, or not like high, but taurine really is like acts quick.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't. I don't think it has any of that, but I think it's just the caffeine more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to get the other ones and just try them out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, I've drinking a shit ton of energy drinks.
Yeah.
When you're taking pre-workout, when you take pre-workout,
Mhm.
energy drinks don't even mean anything.
Yeah, I used to take that 5 days a week. Oh man.
I mean,
But
I
yeah,
stopped. I
and then
stopped
on
drinking
top
all
of
that, but I had that Liquid Death ones. They were okay.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I like those.
Yeah.
I just don't like sparkling water.
Yeah.
I just don't like carbonated water.
I'm not big on it either, but for some reason the Liquid Deaths are just, I don't know what it is. I'm okay with
Yeah,
those.
those
And-
I can drink.
And I'm not even a big fan of a lot of their stuff. It's just the soda ones, dude. I love their soda ones. They have the ones that taste
Yeah,
like
those are
soda.
good.
I'm obsessed with those, dude. They're so good.
Yeah, they are good.
They're
Yeah.
good. I'd still rather just drink a zero sugar soda.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like I said, I've completely given up on soda and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's a good substitute. But
Yeah, Sprite's the only one I drink now.
cool. Anything else?
No, just
Alright.
cards.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
All right.
Oh, me and Chris were playing that Isaac game too, the Binding of Isaac. That card game that I have.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice,
Yeah,
yeah.
that game's fun. Yeah,
I brought it over to his house one day. He's like, "Oh, dude, I love this game."
it is fun. It's a good game.
Well, he was big into that game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a big card game guy too.
Yep.
Nice.
He likes the tabletop stuff.
Yeah, that game's fun though.
Yeah.
But we played at his house the other night, and then he came
Uh-oh.
over today to play it, and I beat him all 3 times.
Nice.
So, but it is fun though. But they have a expansion for it, and it's like $20 or something. I really do want to get it, but
It don't seem too bad.
no. But I mean, this is the first time I've touched this game in fucking 5 years. So
Yeah. Dude, I'd love to play some tabletop with you guys.
mm-hmm. Dude, that Isaac game is actually really fun. It's not really like eventful, but it is fun.
Yeah, I remember when you first bought it. I don't know. Well, I don't know. You came home like for a week or something, and we played it in the kitchen. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. It was fun. But then now, like, the expansion almost has like double the cars, I think, so it makes it twice as big.
Nice.
So
It-
it's cool.
Sounds exactly like the game.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that came out before Afterbirth. I think it came out before one of the big DLCs, and then I think the expansion is the rest of it. So I'm not too sure. I don't know if it was supposed to be Rebirth or what.
Jacob, what do you got?
So I've been getting more into Silent Hill.
Mhm.
I played and beat Silent Hill Homecoming. It's not good. Pretty much any game past like Origins is really not good. They're all pretty just there's really nothing good about them except for the soundtracks. The soundtracks are
Is Origins
just
the
fine.
last? Is that the last PS2 one?
yeah.
Mhm.
What about Downfall?
Well, we're gonna get there, Eric.
Oh, okay.
I know you're excited, but but no, Homecoming's just its gameplay really isn't that great. The combat just sucks, and the puzzles you can easily brute force. Like there was 2 puzzles in that game that I was just trying to figure them out. Just play around with them so I could figure out what I was supposed to do, and I accidentally solved both of them. So
There you go.
and then the story's also like pretty basic. I mean, it's not good, but it's really not that bad either. I mean, it's a good concept. I like the idea of like, it's like a soldier coming back home, and they find out that majority of the people in their hometown are missing, so they have to go to Silent Hill in order to free them. But I feel like that could be a good concept where it's like a soldier coming back home to Silent Hill, and they find out, Silent Hill is this creepy town now full of this fog,
Mhm.
and maybe they're like haunted about something that they did in the war. But so, by the way, the I think that game is inspired by the first Silent Hill movie, which also is pretty bad. So,
What, dude? I'll disagree with you on that one. The first Silent Hill movie
Really?
was pretty good. Yes.
I mean, it's not okay. I don't heavily dislike the first Silent Hill movie. It's all right, but
it's fine.
there's
It's not
certain
a
things in it.
great movie, but yeah, it had the hot, creepy nurse in it. So
Eh.
That's
Um,
redeeming.
So yeah, I started playing Downpour, which is the other PS3 Silent Hill. That one I do not like at all. I think the story's better, but the exploration just sucks because there's like 5 different side quests that you can do at a time, and it's not really clear when you're doing a side quest.
Hmm.
And it's fairly open world too. You can go into like different buildings, and there's a good amount of open space, and I just don't think that works that well with Silent Hill, especially considering there's only so much direction that it gives you.
Is there anything in those open spaces, or is it just open space?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. So
There's
it's
not
kind of like
much, really.
germs.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is weapons and med kits and stuff like that,
Oh,
but
okay.
otherwise, it's fairly empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went and saw Return to Silent Hill, and it was easily the worst film out of the 3 Silent Hill movies. It's absolutely garbage. There's really nothing good about it. The characters were butchered to shit. They changed so much about the story. The visuals really don't look that great. It's just not good at all. But I still wanted to see it anyway, just to see how horrible it was going to be. Apparently, it has like a 2% of Rotten Tomatoes, so. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, I heard it was pretty bad, but damn.
One more Silent Hill thing. There's a completely original Silent Hill book called Silent Hill Betrayal. For reading that, it's okay. There's 2 things about it that I think aren't that great. The first thing is it just seems that what's it called, rehash like similar events that happen in the games in the books, and it's not like they're similar. It's almost like they're identical, I guess you could say. The other thing too is that it seems like the reading level is like lower than it needs to be. Like sometimes when 2 characters are talking to each other, it doesn't feel as mature as it could be. So
So something like
Otherwise
Eric could read.
It's probably above my level. Is there pictures in the book?
Yeah, there's a few pictures.
Okay.
You
might
might
be
be able to get through it.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
Dude, every time I pick up a book now, I pick it up backwards, dude.
Oh yeah, because we're reading the manga. Yeah,
I'm so used to it reading it backwards.
that's funny. All right, Jacob. Anything other than Silent Hill this week?
Yeah. I played and beat Dispatch, and that was a pretty good game.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, that's that
Yes.
new superhero game, right?
Yeah. It's pretty fun though. I only beat it once. There's multiple endings. There's so many different choices that you can make throughout the game. So I think I'm gonna go back and do the exact opposite of what I did for my first playthrough.
Is it like a Telltale
So.
game? Is that what it's like?
Kind of.
Okay.
There's like an actual gameplay part of it.
Oh, okay.
Because I know the Telltale games are like mostly just
Choices,
you're one character and you make choices, but there's an actual main gameplay part, I guess you could call it,
Okay.
where you have like a certain amount of characters, right?
Yeah.
You're surveying a certain area, and there's crimes that happen, and you have to choose which characters you want to send to that crime, and then depending on who you send, depends on whether or not they were successful in stopping that crime.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. So I mean, I know what was it? A couple weeks ago, we watched a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
watched Mad God, which was, I mean, visually it was cool, but otherwise, what a weird fucking movie that was.
Yeah, it was definitely weird.
There's like no,
But I mean,
no story or anything. It was just a bunch of like cool stop animation kind of stuff. But
yeah. I mean, the amount of work that went into it is
yeah, I mean, it was
insane,
impressive for
Yeah.
sure, but it was, I don't know, it was just a weird movie.
There's just like no story. to
Yeah,
grasp.
yeah. Then we watched Good Boy, which was honestly a incredibly boring movie.
Yeah, mediocre boy.
It was, yeah, I didn't like it that
Yeah.
much, honestly. And then we watched Deathstream, which was like the best one out of the three that none of us expected.
It's probably
That
one of the
was
best
really
horror
good.
movies I watched in a long time, dude.
Yeah, it was actually really good. It was about
I
like a YouTube
really
streamer
like that
like
movie.
checking out a haunted house and like trying to survive it and stuff. But it was actually pretty good. I liked it.
I thought I was gonna hate that movie.
Yeah, it looked really stupid, but it actually turned out to be pretty
Mhm.
good. So
Dude,
Yep.
it was really good.
It's like a comedy horror
Yeah.
movie.
yeah,
But they did like a good mixture of funny and
yeah, they did. Yep.
horror.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
they did that actor, I don't know his name, but he did a really good job of like being annoying, but you also wanted
that
him to like
obnoxious,
succeed.
yeah.
Yeah. Like it was a pretty good mix. So
The typical streamer. Yeah.
yeah, it was
Just
pretty
that
good.
annoying.
Just obnoxious.
Yeah.
Over the
Obnoxious.
top,
Yeah.
Yup.
It was
Yep.
good. It was good.
I definitely recommend that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
And then we watched Sweet Home, which we'll talk about later. And then let's see, not much else. I've been playing the Vita still. I started a game called Nun Attack, where you play as a bunch of nuns, just like shooting evil spirits and everything. It's fine. It's a little like
I've
Nice.
never even heard of that game.
it's weird. It's kind of like a mobile game. It's like a touch screen RTS
Oh,
type of
okay.
game.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's not the best game ever made.
that's on the Vita.
Yeah, I think it might have been a mobile game that they ported over to Vita.
Good. Yeah.
But it's decent. I'm having fun with it. So, and then yeah, like what Ryan said, we went shopping. I got a couple of video games. I picked up Zybots for the Atari Lynx, which I've been playing a little bit of. It's a old arcade game. The arcade game's actually pretty cool. There's actually a place right down the road that I played it on. And the arcade game's cool because the joystick actually twists. So when you want to turn to the left or the right, you actually twist the joystick to the left or the
Yeah,
right.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. The game doesn't do that, but on the Lynx, because you just use the D-pad. But I don't know, it's a really cool concept. Yeah. Other than that, I just I've been playing a little Ragnarok, trying to finish that game up. I got to do all the cleanup on that, so get that plat for that game. But yeah, and then they freaking shadow dropped a God of War prequel game that I bought that I want to play. So
Yeah, dude.
it looks dope.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yep.
So got to get to that, but.
I know. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the next thing I start.
Yep, probably what I'm gonna do too. Yep. So
Yeah. I love God of War, bro.
yeah, same. And like a friggin' prequel, like expanding the story. That sounds so dope. All right, guys. What have you guys been listening to, or what have you guys been into recently out there? Let us know. We like hearing from you guys. But all right, that's it. That's what we've been enjoying. So let's go ahead and jump into our review for Sweet Home. 30 years ago, there was a great artist, Ichirou Mamiya. He built a mansion deep in the mountains, far from the city, and painted his frescoes there. He had a wife and child, and the three of them lived happily together. But some great misfortune befell them, and all three passed away. In the 30 years since then, no one has dared to go near the mansion, which has come to be feared as haunted. Now, 5 members of a TV crew have entered this forbidden place to report on the artworks painted by the genius Mamiya. But here a tragedy unfolds. The mansion shakes, the ceiling collapses, and they are now trapped inside. Ghosts of the Mamiya family appear. Can the 5 find a way out? How many will survive? A terrifying battle begins in Sweet Home. Sweet Home was developed by Capcom and published by Capcom in 1989 for the Nintendo Famicom. This is another Japanese exclusive. It was never released over here. This game is actually based on a movie with the same name. The stories are pretty similar, actually. The game has a couple of differences. The game director, Tokuro Fujiwara, he was actually the director of Ghosts and Goblins, and he worked on the Mega Man series too. So he's a pretty prolific Capcom developer at the time.
He like directed the Mega Man games?
I think he was a director for the Mega Man games, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Which I think came after? No, it was about the same time, I think. I think Mega Man 1 had already been out at this point, but...
Yeah. Was that 85, right?
I don't remember how early it was, but yeah, probably around that time, yeah. Actually, both the movie's producer, Juzo Itami, and director, Kiyoshi Kurosawa, they actually worked with Fujiwara to help make the game. I don't think they, were there day to day, but I think they helped him talk about the script and ideas and stuff of the movie to help make the game, so... Which I think actually helped a lot because this game is pretty close to the movie, and I think it's a pretty decent game. So, and then the other big thing to mention, obviously, is that this game was a huge inspiration for the Resident Evil series. Like a lot of the stuff in Resident Evil probably wouldn't be there if it wasn't for this game. As a matter of fact, I think Resident Evil actually started out as a remake of this game.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. This game was picked by Ryan. Ryan, what was it about this game that you that you were interested in?
Definitely the inspiration for Resident Evil. Those older Resident Evil games are just, they're so good. But I'm a big horror guy too, so I just like the old retro horror stuff in this game. Definitely stuck out to me.
This game's definitely one of the big ones. It's kind of weird that we didn't get this one. I know it's an RPG and they weren't big back then, but I don't know. I feel like this game would have done good. I think this was kind of a bad decision on Nintendo to not bring over.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, I guess I can see it was based on a Japanese movie and all that stuff, but... Yeah,
that's true. But I mean, even then, even if you didn't know the movie existed...
Yeah, the game works pretty well on its own.
Played the game, yeah. It's all pretty self-explanatory, so I don't know. All
right, were you guys able to complete this game?
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah,
No.
Jacob, you didn't finish it?
Mm-mm.
How far did you get?
Couldn't even get out of the first room.
No, I don't know how far I got, honestly.
Okay.
I just didn't beat it.
Did you make it? Did you get the generator running?
No, I don't think so, no.
Oh, didn't you get it? Bro,
dude.
you play 5 minutes of this game.
Yeah,
it
I
seems
did.
to be
I
a
tried
common theme.
All right. Okay. So the story of the game, and as always, there's spoiler warnings whenever we talk about these games. So if you don't want to hear them, don't listen. Like I said, it's pretty close to the movie. So a news crew is looking for frescoes of a famous painter, Ichirou Mamiya, and I guess he left like a bunch of like famous frescoes in an abandoned mansion. And when they make their way inside, they're trapped and they must find a way to escape. As they make their way through the mansion, they piece together the story of the family that lived here. Ichiru's son had fallen into an incinerator and was killed when Lady Mamiya turned it on, unaware that the child had fallen inside. Afterwards, she kind of went crazy and she lures other unsuspecting children into the incinerator to kill them and try to provide playmates for her dead son. Filled with regret, Lady Mamiya kills herself and is now trapped in the mansion as a vengeful spirit. The news crew must find the items necessary to exorcise Lady Mamiya and end the curse of the mansion. They get help from a mysterious character, Yamimura, who gives them clues and tells them that what needs to be done. Eventually, he sacrifices himself, and the team is able to defeat Lady Mamiya and escape as the mansion falls behind them. So this game actually has different endings depending on how many characters survive. So you play as, 5 characters? There's 5 characters in the game. And depending on how many make it to the end, because they can die at any time. And depending on how many make it to the end, there's different endings, which is pretty cool for an old NES game for like this, for the time period. Which, I mean, they're not...
mechanic.
They're like not even 2-minute long endings, but it's still pretty cool that they're in the game. Okay, so this game is, I would call it a survival horror RPG, where you're just trying to get through the mansion and you're trying to keep everybody alive. And the main goal is kind of get to Lady Mamiya and defeat her and escape the mansion. You play as 5 characters and you can team up. So you can team up with like up to 3 characters at a time and make your way through, kind of like form a party, I guess, and then make your way through the mansion. And I feel like kind of the strategy is to make a team of 3 and a team of 2 and just kind of keep them close to each other. Because you can switch through the characters at any time and move them around and stuff. And then each character has like a specific use that they have. Like, what was it? Taro he has the camera, right? I think.
Yep.
Akiko, she's kind of like the medic. She has the med kit and stuff. And then
med kit.
There's a lighter, a camera.
Asuka, he has the vacuum.
The vacuum, that's right. Yep. And then the key.
Yep, which is Emmy.
Yeah, and that's pretty important because you got to unlock a lot of doors in this game. So.
Yep.
Which one of the big things from this game is the unlocking scene, which is pretty cool. It shows a little cutscene of the door, and then it shows a little animation of it opening, which is pretty creepy. But obviously, that was a huge inspiration that came
for Resident Evil.
Yeah, that went to Resident Evil.
Yep. So
it's pretty cool to see that inspiration from this old like 8-bit game.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But yeah, so go ahead.
I was gonna say it's weird too because this like game came out in '89 and that's it. Nothing, no sequel, no re-release, nothing, and then Resident Evil starts and then fucking blows up.
Oh, it's the hugest thing ever. Yep.
Yeah. Now Requiem's gonna come out, which is what, the 9th game?
Yeah.
9th main game, which is insane.
There's probably 50 side games. Yeah.
Yeah. Yup. It's insane, dude.
Yeah. So you're trying to make your way through the mansion, and so it's a RPG in that there's random battles as you're walking around. You'll just, eventually end up in combat. And combat's pretty simple for an RPG, kind of like baby's first RPG for sure, because all you can really do is attack or pray, which is kind of like magic, I guess. One of the really cool mechanics of this game, and I don't think any other RPG has ever done this, is that when you're in combat, you can actually call over other characters outside of combat. It's really freaking cool. So if you have like 2 of your characters, you can call a 3rd character, and if they're all partied up, you can walk those characters over to combat, and they'll join combat, which is really, really cool. Yeah. So that
I had no idea you could do that my first playthrough.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept.
Yeah. Well,
so you can have all 5
just
fighting the same dude.
Yeah, it's really cool. And like I said, I don't think there's any other game that's ever really done that before. So I like that a lot. Yeah, so then like you're going through the puzzles, you have to kind of like figure out where you need to go and what you need to do. But actually this game's not too difficult because so you have these frescoes that you can do, and sometimes you have to vacuum them if they're dirty, but when you take a picture of them, they'll like give you a hint, kind of a clue of what you need to do. And then there's also like zombies or like skeletons you can talk to. There's writings on the wall. Like there's a ton of hints in this game. And this game will actually, if you look around and take a look around, it's actually not very hard to figure out what you need to do. It's actually pretty good at giving you hints and clues of what you need to do.
Yeah. Just finding the areas is the difficult part.
Yeah, navigating the mansion is the worst part.
Yeah, the mansion's definitely designed to be like kind of maze-like to definitely get lost in it and stuff for sure. Yep.
There's just so many doors and avenues and alleyways and stuff.
But once you learn it, everything it's just so easy.
Yeah, you have to
It's
map
also
it
a pain too, because just some areas are so like ridden with monsters. You can't walk for
that's
5 steps without.
That's kind of one of the
going into
downfalls
battle.
of like random battle RPGs for sure. Is that like when you're trying to explore shit and then you get constantly put in a battle, it's annoying for sure.
It is annoying.
It is. And then this game also has random events as well, where like stuff would like a spear will come at you and stuff, and you have to like dodge the spear. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Which
I watched some video and some dude said it doesn't matter what you pick.
I think it's random. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just literally random.
Mm-hmm. But it's still pretty cool that an early game like this had. I mean, they're kind of like an early QTE, honestly, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, so and then also there's just a bunch of items everywhere scattered across the mansion. So one of the big things is you got to figure out what item you need, and then item management is like a huge part of this, which is also another inspiration for Resident Evil because you have.
I would say it's like the main focus of this game.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because like
it's huge.
You have 5 characters, but they can all carry 2 items each, so you can only have 10 items at a time. But there's probably, I would say, almost hundreds of items in this mansion. It's crazy how much stuff is just strewn about. But one of the things that I noticed is I think you can like soft lock yourself out of this game, because one of the things you can use is these wood planks that kind of help you go over, chasm areas or whatever. But if you go over them too much, they eventually break. And I guess if you use them all up, you'd be screwed, I guess. And then the other thing,
I think so.
I mean, I think you'd have to do it a lot to get that far.
Yeah, you would have to purposely try to do it, but
the possibility is still there. And then the other thing too is the tonics. There's only so many tonics in the game. So this was kind of a weird thing I felt about this game, is that there's no way to heal your characters unless you use a tonic. That's the only way to heal. Usually a lot of RPGs have like some kind of inn or something that you can go to and sleep and heal, but this game doesn't have that.
They are fairly generous with the tonics.
Yeah, there's plenty of them around, but in theory... And again,
this game is very easy, though.
Yeah, it's not difficult, no.
I don't think I've ever died by combat in this game. It was all other shit, but I don't think it was ever by combat.
Right. I'm just saying, in theory, it is possible to like kind of soft lock yourself out of it. If you use up all the tonics and then you get to a boss you can't beat, then I
feel like that's like just a design of the game, because you can also get locked out if one of your characters die.
Of what?
Like if one of your characters, like if Emmy dies,
true. If Emmy does die, door. Yeah,
you can't unlock doors. No, you. That's not true. Actually.
Really?
Well, I know there's other items in the game that you can like use.
Yeah.
But if you're not at that point, I don't think you can do anything about it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't know if eventually you can't get to those items. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah.
Because
I'm pretty sure that's a design
unlocks
of the game.
The door to like the corridor to the generator, I think.
Yeah, but if she dies and you can pick up the lockpicks, then you don't need her anymore.
Yeah.
There's other there's other items for
there's rooms where you can get like another vacuum or another lighter or something.
And that's what Eric's saying. Yeah, is that if you don't get to that before that point, then I'm not actually sure how that I didn't,
because I don't think the lockpicks show up to like maybe after the first quarter of the game. I know the other ones do, but the lockpicks are probably like the last one.
So I think that's just part of the strategy of this game, is just saving constantly. Yeah, which is a nice addition to this game, is you can just save anywhere you want.
That's true. Yeah, you can save it at any time, and the game will start literally right back where you were, which is cool.
Which
I was so scared to turn the game off the first time.
I know, I was too. Which was a kind of not normal thing back then.
Yeah, I mean, usually you had some kind of save point or something, to be able to save.
Yeah, well, you'd have to go, exactly, not just off of whim and be like, oh, well, I'm done. Yeah, now I can just start off exactly where I left off.
For sure, yep.
Which is really cool.
This is one of those games where you just save a lot.
Yeah, it is, definitely. there's puzzles and stuff in there, but like I said, I don't feel like anything was super difficult in this game, especially if you like looked at the frescoes or like read the clues and stuff. I don't really remember getting stuck anywhere at any point.
Yeah, I think the only part I got stuck on was towards the end of the game where you had to backtrack a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't really like obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But that was towards the very end of the game.
Right.
So that got me a little bit. Where you're like underground.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that part was a pain.
With the sand pits or whatever they are.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That was confusing for a
Yep.
little bit.
Yep.
So
But that is
it's just when
definitely
you
the
have
end
to
of the
get
game.
all the items for beating
Mamiya.
Mamiya.
Yeah.
That was about the part I got stuck on.
For sure. Yep.
But
That part
Did
is
you-
tough, man, because you have to have 4 slots.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the
taken
nice thing
up
is you
just to
have to
beat this
bring all
game.
5. If you have all 5 of them alive, the
Well, I was
nice thing
gonna
is
say-
you just get rid of everything else once you get up to that point, and then
Yeah.
Mhm.
just use those items. Because once you have all of them, you know you're going to go fight her.
Yep.
Yeah.
We know
So-
what the crazy thing is you can beat this game with one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I
I
don't
don't know how, but
I think I haven't actually tried it, but I think you can run away from the fight and then go get the items and come back, and the fight will still be in the same area.
Start where, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, what will it?
I
Okay.
think that's how it works. I haven't tried. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's how it
I
works.
thought you would just let everybody die and then use the last item or whatever.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but
Well, yeah. I mean, there's an ending for it, so you
Right,
have to get
yeah.
it somehow.
my guess is that you can leave the fight and come back to it at any point, and it's still where it was. That's my guess, but
I'm just thinking you get to that point where you need to use the last item and then everybody just dies.
maybe. I don't know.
Besides one person.
Could be.
That is pretty funny though. Did you guys know? Like, I might sound like an idiot, but did you guys know what frescoes were?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I did
No,
not
I
know
didn't.
what the fuck a fresco was.
Really? You guys didn't know what frescoes were? Okay.
No,
I thought that was a drink, bro.
I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Same.
I had to look it up. I was like, what is this game talking about?
It's just like
Because
an
I
old
thought
style.
I was like,
I
what
thought
is
it was
that?
a translation thing, like
Yeah.
just a weird translation thing. So I looked up. I was like, what the fuck is a fresco?
It's just like an old style of painting. I think it's specifically like
Yeah.
on a wall, right?
It's like a type of Spanish,
Yeah.
not like Renaissance, but pretty
Yeah.
much like a Spanish Renaissance style painting. Yeah, on a like house wall or something.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm surprised. Okay. I didn't know you guys didn't know that.
No, dude, I started the game. Oh, dude, the first like hour of this game is tough though.
Yeah. Oh, figuring stuff out for sure.
It's tough.
I mean, to be
Especially
fair,
when you
I
don't
had
know what
played
the
this game
fuck a
before,
fresco
so-
is.
Well,
Yeah.
and to be fair too, it doesn't like with the NES graphics, it's kind of hard to kind
Yeah,
of see what
yeah.
you're looking at first. If you don't know what that
it's
is,
just
then
it's
I
just
can
like,
understand.
oh well, go look at this fresco, or not knowing what a fresco is, and then not knowing how to like look at things because you have to
Yeah.
press multiple buttons
Yeah.
to do that,
Well,
and then you get lost.
That
You're
is
like,
tough.
oh, dude, what am I supposed to do?
That is a very old school design where you press
It
to open up
is.
a menu to take actions. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
one of the things is you press the button and then you'll get a menu of actions that you can do, and you have things like look. You can look at your party, your items, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then
So yeah,
to,
that's definitely an old school.
for items, you have to go up to the item,
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
pain in the
click,
ass. Yeah.
open the menu, click item, and then you either click an empty
Hit-
spot, and then it'll ask you if you want it,
to move it. Yeah.
or
To move.
and then
Yeah.
or you can put it on another item slot to swap them out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
Dude, that took me forever to figure out.
It is tough.
And the thing too that I've had forgotten, it took me a minute to figure out, was the weapons. So the weapons have
Yeah.
a specific slot at the bottom of the menu, which I didn't realize was there at first. And I was like, why the hell can't I pick this stuff up? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, and
But
the
And
game
only
doesn't
the
tell you
ladies
that.
can use,
No.
and then only the ladies can use certain weapons, and the guys can only use certain weapons.
Oh, is that true? I
It's
had
a
noticed
pain.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh.
they can't use like heavy weapons.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I don't. It's
Yep.
a weird thing. But
It'll tell
yeah.
you that you can't use it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But
But yeah, it was weird because when you try to put like an item or a weapon into one of the slots, it's like, nah, you just can't do that.
Yeah, it's like that's not available or whatever yet.
Yeah, it doesn't say it's a weapon or an item slot. It's like, you just can't do this.
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure that out.
Would have been nice to be like, oh, this is a weapon slot. You can't put an item in here.
I know, how are you supposed to know that?
Yeah.
I mean, I learned pretty quick. Once I got the menu down and I looked up what a fresco was, I was all right.
Okay.
But that initial start was tough.
I played this game for like an hour and a half or 2 hours the first time, and I made some good progress, and then I got stuck, and I'm like, I'm just going to use a guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Once I got past that
puzzles
hour
in this game that you have to figure out. You know, I mean, it's not a walk in the park. But like I said, I feel like if you read the frescoes enough, and like there's other like wall text and like talk to the zombies and stuff, I don't feel like it's like impossible. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. If you like
it's not like survival kids.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you explore and everything and like go through every avenue, the game will literally tell you what to do at any given point.
Yep.
Except for at the end.
I mean, it does tell you, but it's not. It's a bit more archaic than the rest.
It's not as direct for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a little more vague. But I mean, if you've put the time into it, you'll figure it out. But
that's my biggest thing, dude. If I had the time to literally sit down and figure everything out, I probably would have.
Well, you know what's funny? You guys watched the movie. You didn't see them clean the fresco in the movie?
No, I mean, I figured out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I seen that.
Well, then you still didn't know what a fresco was at that point?
No, I didn't know what a fresco was when we started the game.
Yeah, we started a game before.
I had to look up what a fresco was when I started the game.
I didn't start. I started after we watched the movie.
Yeah, I started before.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I already beat the game before we even watched the movie, dude.
That's true. Well, you know what's funny? If you watch the movie, it actually kind of helps you play this game.
It's true.
Yeah.
It does.
There's a few things in the movie that it will actually give you hints to play the game, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, like all the items that you need to have and stuff.
Well, and then like sometimes the frescoes are dirty, and if you watch the movie, they vacuum one of the frescoes.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually pretty funny. Like I said, the game honestly really isn't that hard. Like, I am not a huge RPG person, and I didn't have a problem with this game. Like,
Dude,
I wasn't like
through this game. You were
I fucking I'm not gonna
10 hours,
but probably yeah.
That's crazy.
I beat this game very quick.
That's insane.
But yeah, because it's just not a typical RPG. It's easy.
This is a very simple RPG for sure.
It's just like leveling up and then just finding better weapons. That's it.
Yeah,
there's
and
no like learning spells or like you know who
and
has
no
weaknesses
like layering
and stuff.
to the combat at all. It's attack or prey, and that's it.
Yeah, it's literally it. The only other layer is you can use items on certain enemies and it'll do damage.
Yeah, but honestly,
like if you use the camera on the bats, it'll do damage, but it really doesn't do much.
Yeah, at that point you're better off just attacking normally.
Lower levels it helps.
Yeah, I guess so.
But if once you hit a certain point, it's useless.
Speaking of the bats, I did say it was a random battle, but they also did have like enemies like floating around on the screen that could attack you too sometimes. So
yeah,
it actually had a mixture
like
of both.
the bats and
and then the knights
and the knights
walking around.
Yeah, which were loud as shit.
Yeah, they made a lot of noise. They did,
dude. Which is fair. They're a whole piece of armor, like full set of armor, but you can hear them coming.
Yep, they're definitely noticeable.
And then when there's like 4 in a room, they're fucking loud.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little thing. There was some grinding that you had to do in this game, but it was not terrible at all.
No, dude.
Oh, dude, compared to like old retro RPGs, this game's not that bad at all.
And like JRPGs, it's nothing.
No, it wasn't too bad.
It's not that bad.
I hit max level before I beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you?
Yep. I mean, I did grind a little bit, but I was like, wow, level 20 already? I was like, okay.
I was like 3 or 4 levels behind.
Yeah, that's about where I was.
Dude, it takes you, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get to level 20 from that point?
It took me a little bit. I had to go in the basement or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to grind. You have to farm certain areas.
It took me a minute. I mean, fast forward helped out a lot.
I was about to say, when I got to my later levels, I was like, I'm just going to fast forward till I get a random encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's jump over to graphics. For an NES game, I think this game actually looks pretty good.
I agree.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, definitely.
The mansion looks like an old, like, scary, dilapidated mansion. There's a lot of cool, like, different areas. Like, there's the inside, there's the courtyard, there's the outside with the lake and everything.
Mm-hmm.
This game does a cool thing, like, when it gets to, like, certain areas, it'll, like, show, like, a full screen picture and stuff. So, and then, like, the up screen, like, the up close, like, the enemies and stuff, like, the pixel art is freaking awesome. It's really good.
Yeah, dude, the enemies are dope in this game.
Yeah, they're scary. They got a lot of, like, gory bits and stuff. Like, they're really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they're animated too, which is kind of a big thing for an old RPG like this.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I know this game actually does look really good.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's really cool.
That the statue where the lightning's in the background.
Yeah, that part was
that was cool.
Dude, that was dope. And then when you put the item in his hand and the lightning hits the sword, that was so cool.
Yeah, that part was cool.
That was really cool. I did not expect that from this game.
Yeah, it's got a really good look to it. Like I said, the level design is pretty cool. There's actually a lot of colors and stuff and everything. So I think the game for an old NES game. I mean, at this point, the NES was 6 years old. So and like I said, man, Capcom has always been like they're really good at what they do. So they knew what they were doing. So, but yeah, this game looks good. I think it's one of the better looking games on the system.
When that dude like melted or whatever.
Awesome. Dude. Yeah. Yamamura, when he melted, that part was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game has cutscenes, which is crazy too. For an old game like this. So
yeah, dude, and they're actually like really well animated too.
Yeah, they do a good job. Like each character is pretty unique. You can tell who is who by the pixel art and everything. So definitely a sick game. With that too, so then we jumped over to the sound. The sound's pretty good. I don't think it's as good as the graphics. The music is eerie, but it's very repetitive. It's very short loops.
It is.
But I mean,
and
it's
there's
good,
only
though.
like 4 different tracks.
Yeah.
There's not a lot.
There's not a ton.
It changes by like what area you're in, but most of it's just that one with the bass in it.
Yeah. And then that one song, like that one where you're like looking at skeletons, it reminds me of is it Battletoads? One of them sounds like Battletoads or like a TMNT song. I forget what it is. Every time it starts, I'm like, what is this? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? But yeah, I mean, it's good though. It does a good job of setting the mood and everything. Yeah. And then the thing
I just like the main song's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's just got a good beat to it.
I know Dad likes it. He really likes it. So.
Yeah. He hated it.
But what I really liked too was the sound effects, especially with the door opening. They did a really good job of making a creepy door opening sound. And then just like the combat noises and stuff were all really done really good. Like hitting the enemy was like a nice crunching sound and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game was actually pretty advanced for its time.
Yeah, and like I said, the director, he had made some pretty popular Ghosts and Goblins, Mega Man. The guy knew what he was doing. You know what I mean? He knew how to make a good video game. So, yeah, a pretty well made game. So, we got anything else to say about Sweet Home before we move on? Jacob, any thoughts over there?
No, not really.
Okay, all right. Like I said, I will say that I feel like this is a really good game. If you're not sure if you like RPGs or if you just want to kind of check out what they are, I feel like this is actually a really good one to start with. It's very simple as RPG goes, and it's got a really good setting and a decent story to kind of push you through and everything. So if you want to start somewhere with RPGs, this is definitely one I would recommend for sure.
Yep, agreed. If me and Eric play it, it's a good RPG.
Yeah, for sure.
I watched the dude play. I followed the dude playing a video play this game. So.
All right.
Yeah, it's a very good introductive RPG.
I love RPG elements, but I don't like RPGs.
Yeah.
I love leveling up, and I love putting points into my character and stuff, but I just don't like RPGs.
It has to be simple.
What is it, the battling system or something that you don't like?
Yeah, I just don't like turn-based combat.
Okay. All right.
It just has to be simple too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't like turn-based combat.
I've played Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
And some of that, like that leveling up's easy because it's all linear.
Well, I mean, we're not going to get into it, but I think FF13 has one of the best battle systems ever created. I love the paradigm system.
Yeah, the paradigm's dope. It takes a minute to get used to, but
it's
once
probably
you
my
get it
favorite
down,
I've ever played. It's so
it's awesome. I know. I wish I beat that game, but
anyway, okay.
Somebody deleted my save.
You insane,
This dude
dude.
in his saves.
I know, dude.
Somebody deleted it. Was it my fault?
All right. Okay, so let's jump over to achievements before we get to the final verdict here. This game has 20 achievements worth 150 points, which is a pretty low number.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys master this game?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I did too. It's pretty easy. It's pretty much just play through the game and find all the items. I think there's like 2 like hidden items, but I guess you can't technically miss anything in this game because this is one of those old NES games where once you beat the game, you can't save it. So you'll always go back to like before the final boss. So
Yep. And even like before the final boss, you can go anywhere.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I don't think there's any way to like miss anything in here. So
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
think-
easy achievements for an easy game.
pretty much, yeah. It's just pretty much find everything and then level up all the way to the final level,
Max level. Yep.
which,
Yep.
like we said, doesn't take that much time. So
Yep. Very simple set.
yep. I don't really know that they could have added anything to it, really.
Not
I don't
really.
can't think of anything.
Nothing that would really make sense.
Yeah, there's not a ton of like secrets or anything in this game. So
Yeah.
But-
I guess maybe the endings, but
I was gonna
don't
say
know.
maybe like find all the frescoes, but I don't know if they would even be worth it because you don't
Yeah.
have to find the frescoes to beat this game. You could literally go.
No.
I mean, other than the first one, I think you can go through the entire game without looking at a single fresco. So
I didn't
Yeah.
look at any frescoes.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
I
They
think
just
you have
help.
to do. I think you have to do the first one, but then that's it.
Yeah. They
But-
just help if you're not using a guide or
Yeah, they're clues.
You know,
yeah,
whatever.
they're clues.
I don't think you have to do the first one.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, pretty easy. Pretty easy. It's set for a pretty decent game. So, all right, that's achievements. So let's go ahead and head over to the final verdict for Sweet Home. Here we are at the final verdict. We don't use scores or numbering here. We use a very simple system. Did you enjoy the game? And would you recommend a game? Because that's what it's all about, right? So, who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go first.
All right. Did you enjoy the game?
Yeah, I did. I didn't hate this game. It was fun. If I definitely had a lot more time to invest into it, I would have definitely done everything myself. But it was fun. Again, it's not a very difficult game, especially with the combat and everything. So I think it's got a lot of charm, especially that old school retro horror vibe. I think I would recommend this game just because it is on the easier side for pretty much everything. So
Okay.
But
yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Jacob, what do you got?
I didn't enjoy this game. I thought it was boring. I just couldn't get into it. Maybe I'm just not into like turn-based RPGs, except for Pokemon. But Pokemon's kind of its own thing. So
Bro,
Yeah.
Pokemon's boring as shit.
yeah,
it's
it's,
not.
it's like one of the
Yes, it
most
is.
boring RPGs ever.
how?
Pokemon's insanely boring.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe like the original, but do the new ones, all they do is talk and talk and
Oh.
talk.
Well, yeah, I mean the old ones.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
maybe
if
the
you've
original
played
ones.
one Pokemon, you've played them all.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing.
All right,
Well,
we're
to
not
me,
talking about
Pokemon's
Pokemon.
fun.
We're not talking about Pokemon. All right,
Looks
so
like
you didn't
the
enjoy
answer
it.
to the next question.
Yeah, so would you recommend
No,
it?
I would actually recommend it though because
Oh.
I just don't think this game was for me. And there is a bunch of cool stuff to this game. As you said, the graphics are pretty cool. There's like certain cutscenes. The navigation seems pretty, doable. I mean, I'm sure it's confusing at first, but it just didn't appeal to me. But I'm sure, to certain gamers,
just old
this would be
school.
really cool.
It's just old school.
And I'm just saying, if I ever have trouble sleeping at night, well, at least I can play Sweet Home, and I'm sure it'll knock me out.
There you go. You won't be dreaming about Lady Mamiya?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right.
I'll be dreaming about playing a better game.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I will
Pokemon.
say, every time I played this game, I wasn't like eager.
Yeah. I definitely enjoyed this game. I mean, this is the second time I played this game. So I didn't remember a ton of it because it's been so long, but I think this game's got a lot of charm to it. It's an awesome setting. I love the setting. The story is actually pretty good because it's based off of like an actual movie script. Not that video games have to be based off of that, but there was already a foundation for it. So, and then the beats are really good. There's cutscenes. The enemies are sick. If you like RPGs, it's a very simple one, but it's not a bad one. There's plenty to explore. The game's got enough clues that you can like find your way through it on your own. And you may get stuck in a part or two, but if you just look around and try all the actions and everything, you can find your way through. So, and like I said, I love that calling action where you can call other characters over into combat. I think that's a really cool thing, and I wish more games had tried that. It's such a cool, unique idea for a turn-based RPG. But yeah, I think it's a great game. I would definitely recommend it. If you ever wanted to try an RPG, if you're just even into RPGs, if you're not sure if you like them, play this game. Not only because it's just so much, I think it's fun, I think it's easy, it's got a great setting, but also just because of how important to video game history it is. I mean, this game spawned a friggin', huge franchise. Everyone knows what Resident Evil is, you know what I mean? So I think it would be really cool that everyone should go back and check it out. But yeah, great game. Everyone should check it out. All right, Ryan, it's your pick. What do you got to say?
I love this game. This game was awesome. Like I said before, I love like the retro horror. I've loved Splatterhouse. Even like the 80s retro horror is my favorite. I know Splatterhouse is a little kind of like that. It's a little more 90s, a tiny bit, but dude, I love 80s retro. Like this game it looks great on the NES for an NES game. Cutscenes, just like how the monsters look. Like there wasn't really a lot of sprite changes in this game. There's a lot of actual different monsters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, it's I don't like RPGs, but this is a very easy RPG. I didn't use a guide till maybe the last 5-10 minutes of the game. So that actually shows that I enjoyed this game, that I want to figure it out myself.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, the combat's easy. The game is it's just fun, and it has such a great charm to it. And yeah, it is a really good. It's a pretty important piece of gaming history if it spawned one of the biggest video game franchises.
Cool. So that means you recommend it, right?
Yeah, for sure. Again, if you never played an RPG and you want to try, or you love RPGs, you've played them all, or you just want an easy game, or a game with good charm, or just a retro horror game, just anything. If you just want to play a game you never played, this game's perfect. I mean,
yeah.
There's really not much bad I can say about this game.
Another good thing too is if you want to try a Japanese exclusive, if you've never done that before, this is a great place to start.
Yeah, true. The translation is actually really good.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Which one did we use?
The original one, I think it's a 2008 one or something.
Suicide something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two different ones.
Yeah, whatever the Suicide one was, I forgot what it was, but yeah, it's actually a really good translation. So
yeah, it was good. Yeah.
There's nothing confusing, no weird translation issues. It was all actually really good.
Yep.
I think the only difference was they changed Taro's name.
Yeah, it's like
his name's not Taro. It's
Suko, something like that.
Yeah, it's something else. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
but that's
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
That's the only difference.
Yep. All right.
So,
Cool. That's our review. That's our verdict. You, the gamers out there, let us know if you enjoyed it, if you would recommend it. And then I would want to do something real quick before we get to the next game. We all actually sat down and watched this movie. What did you guys think of the movie?
Snooze fest.
Really? You didn't like it?
I thought it was kind of boring.
It was a little silly. I heard that I think it was the producer, he went through and re-recorded a bunch of shit without the director's knowledge.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was the first part of the movie, because the first part of the movie was kind of silly. It had a lot of goofiness to it. And I'm guessing that was the part that he re-recorded. I'm guessing that the original director recorded a more darker movie. But yeah, the first part's a little goofy. The last part, though, it gets really good. I thought the last part of the movie was awesome because it gets really dark. And
it does pick up.
Yeah, and then the special artist on the movie was his name's Dick Wolf, or not Dick Wolf. It was Dick Smith. And dude, the Lady Mamiya part where she's like that part was awesome. She was really cool looking. It had the 80s like practical effect look. It was sick.
yep.
That part was really, really cool. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the game was better than the movie, and I think that a lot of contemporary reviews said the same thing.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the movie wasn't horrible.
It was fine. Yeah.
It was just that typical 80s like acting and
Yeah.
just a little goofy, but yeah, the first, I don't know, I want to say probably like the first half of the movie is a little convoluted.
It is.
It's very slow and like not childish, but it is very goofy. It is. And
I
then
feel
once
like I said,
halfway through, it changes.
Yep. And like I said, I feel like that's the part that got re-recorded. I feel like the first part probably wasn't that goofy originally.
Yeah. I know. I want to watch the original.
Yeah, I don't think it exists anywhere.
Nah. It probably does somewhere, but
the second half of the movie has a dude split in half, like trying to chase people down and stuff. Yeah, it gets pretty good.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's kind of funny. If you watch the movie, it kind of helps you play the game a little bit. So
yeah,
I would say if you play the game and you liked it, check out the movie. Otherwise, it's not a must see for sure. So
yeah, I would definitely play the game first.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Did Jacob watch the movie? Did you like the movie, Jacob?
It's all right. As you guys said, like the second half's a lot better. So.
Yeah.
It's just a typical 80s. If you've seen 80 movies, it's that
It's a
acting.
campy horror movie, for sure.
Yeah, but just Japanese. So
Yep. All right, that's enough of Sweet Home. No more Sweet Home.
we're not doing least or most.
Oh yeah, did this change anybody's least and most favorite?
No.
Mm-mm,
Ryan?
I don't. I think
Don't
this
do
is
it,
my
bro.
second favorite.
All right. What was your first? Is it Splatterhouse? Still?
It's Scoon.
Oh, Scoon. That's right.
Just the fact of just the time we had playing
Yeah,
that game.
Scoon was great.
Yeah. Unless we have that again.
It's still ongoing.
Yeah, exactly.
true, yeah,
It's still ongoing. So it's
I have it running in the background right now.
that's the huge difference is we had such a good time playing that game.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, this is definitely second favorite. It's close.
Yeah, it's definitely up there too. I think Chibi Rob was still my favorite, but this is definitely pretty close.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that we, did everything, watched the movie and played the game all together and stuff too. So
Yeah,
that was like a cool
and that's
Yeah,
definitely
for
something
sure.
aspect of this.
I like with this podcast is I want to make sure but I'd like to enjoy everything. I feel like it's all like one package. I want to get as much in as we can. So
Yeah.
but all right, cool. Let's go ahead and jump over to the next game then, which we're going to be playing Wild Woody for the Sega CD.
Ooh.
You guys know anything about this game?
Nope.
Your pencil.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's just kind of a wacky 2D platformer,
Yeah.
but that's about all I know. So,
I've seen it before. I've never had any hands-on experience with it.
Right. Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at this front cover right here. We got a mad-looking pencil with a piece of dynamite in his hand. This is some
Dude, if I was a kid, I would beg to have this game.
yeah. Oh yeah, dude. This is some '90s wildness right here for sure.
He
I
drew.
want this so bad.
He drew a piece of dynamite on the paper.
Yep. I love the strange looking totem pole back here.
Yeah, what is going on with that?
Bro, look at that face on the bottom. He's just like,
He's chilling.
Little cup and an old 90s phone
phone.
in the back,
Yep.
landline.
This is great. I love it. All
No,
right.
that's wireless. That's wireless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wireless phone, probably.
The giant brick in the back.
All right.
All right.
Let's jump to the back here. We got Wild Woody. Listen up, pencil necks. As the quickest draw ever to wield a sketch pad, Wild Woody's going to write off a lot of bad guys on his way to putting together their shattered pieces of a magic relic. To get himself out of a jam, Wild Woody can sketch up things like bombs, mermaids, cyclones, and ghosts. Or just rub out enemies with his big eraser butt. Get the point? Includes amazing 3D rendered graphics and 3D bonus rounds.
Oof.
Oh,
I don't know.
boy.
That bottom right picture does not look
That
amazing.
is terrifying. That is terrifying.
I know.
I don't want to rub out enemies.
This could be amazing, bro.
The 3D render graphics were so good that they had to use the same render for the front and the back.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yep. Yeah, it's got the same picture choice. That's true.
It was just so good.
Oh, man.
All right. You guys looking forward to this game or what?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Pretty
Oh,
skeptical.
absolutely, bro. This is my bread and butter right here. I can't wait for this.
I don't know what rubbing out means, but
I can't wait.
doing
to
it with
play
his
I
butt,
don't know
bro.
what it means in this game. But yeah, how do you do it with your butt?
Gonna be rubbing on your butt.
I don't know what it
I
means in
can't
this
wait.
game, but
All right. Are you gamers
Well, this is
out
the
there?
one that you picked, right? So
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait, dude. All right. Are you gamers interested out there in this one? Let us know. We want to hear from you guys. But otherwise, we will see you for the next one. Peace.
see you guys.
Peace out.